Alright, what's going on, guys? We're going to be on our way to Bear Ridge Speedway today. It's a big event here, so we'll see how we do tonight. Looking forward into tonight. But yeah, super pumped and excited to get going here, and we're going to be on our way soon, and we'll see you at the track here shortly. Alright guys, sitting in turn 1 and 2 at the moment. So yeah, track's super fresh right now. You know, taking the screwdriver to the track, it's still pretty hard, so not going to be as much moisture, but top looks not too bad with screwdriver, so we'll see what happens tonight. But we made it to the speedway, and looking forward into tonight. Alright guys, going out for heat in the motor and hot laps. We're going to see how the track feels out here tonight, but we're just going to put a little bit of heat in the motor first, and then we'll do some hot laps, and we'll see how the track feels. Hopefully it's going to be good. Like I said earlier in the vid, it's pretty hard already, so we'll see what we can do out here, feel the track out. Hopefully the car feels good, and we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys soon. Guys, we start second in the heat race, and heat race number 1. For the big money race, there was actually over $14,000 raised, so that's a crap load of money. Definitely crazy to see, you know, that on the Sprint Cars in England board there. You know, just incredible with how much money, you know, everyone raised. It's honestly truly phenomenal. But no, we were the third best for money. So we're gonna end up starting second in the heat race number 1. And then obviously wherever you finish in your heat race, where you're going to start the dash, depending on which heat you are, outside, inside row. And then same goes for the dash, for the feature. Wherever you finish in the dash, where you start in the feature, obviously. So yeah, looking forward to it. You know, we got a really good start, you know, for the heat race here, starting P2 on the outside pole. Track has a lot of moisture in it right now. From here where I'm looking, it's hard to tell, but it looks like it's starting to lighten up a lot more now, where it's, you know, getting a lot more slick. So we'll see what happens. Maybe the top, hopefully we'll have a good enough moisture. Maybe we can get to the lead out early, because I know that's going to be the best opportunities for us. If not, just ride second and make the redraw, or make the dash, and we'll see what we can do. But rolling off P2 for the heat race, and looking forward to it. for the feature. I believe we started 7th. The heat race wasn't too good. Happy we at least got back up to 4th. When we spun out twice, I don't know, it had to have been like motor oil or some kind of weird slick spot or something, because hit the same spot twice and it did the same thing twice. So I don't get it. Anywhere else in the track was fine. I kind of figure running that slider to top line would have been good, since we got to the lead early on like we wanted to, and we were gone. You know, we had it. I didn't know I was that far out. Should have just settled down, but I guess you learn from your mistakes, I guess, and put ourselves heavily behind the 8 ball. So guess we'll see what we can do. Super frustrated right now and upset with myself, so I don't know, it just sucks. So we'll see what we can do, I guess. Yeah, I guess looking forward to it. Hopefully we can trust the car to run good and hopefully not spin out. So we'll see what we can do, I guess, and rolling off P7, like I said, I think. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, so hopefully we can get a good night, get a couple of cars, maybe get up to the top 3. It's gonna be tough to win tonight, but at this point, I know it's gonna be really hard to win with it being, you know, us starting 7th. Track seems like it has a little bit more moisture than usual too, so I don't know, track is just super ruddy, but you know, it is what it is. It's racing, stuff's gonna happen, so we'll just continue on, you know, with our program here, and just keep doing the best we can. I'm not gonna give up here, not gonna let it get in my head. We'll just have to try to fight back and try to win the war, I guess, at the end of the race, and try to just win this. So we'll see what happens, and rolling off P7. Alright guys, here for the recap video of Bear Ridge Speedway. Night started off pretty good. We started second in our heat race. We took the lead off the start. I think it took around 2 laps where, we actually got the momentum up on the top, built up, and it was really good up there. And we were able to get the pass, and then we were able to, try to get to the bottom. Started kind of running like a slider line. It was, seemed pretty quick there, and we were just checking out every lap, and I thought they were still on me, and I was just trying the hardest I can, just trying to hit my marks every lap. And unfortunately, the front end was starting to give out a little bit there, and my kingpins and everything were all messed up, and bushings, spindles, all a bunch of stuff was all messed up. And actually my left front tire was actually rubbing all over my S bar there on the left front, so it was just kept rubbing up against the bar, took the paint all off there, and it's kind of like the left front was just kind of trying to roll over the bar on the left front there, so definitely wasn't good at all. So that slowed us down a lot, and eventually when it caught and then it caught free, it just spun the car around. Like I've been kind of explaining it to people, quite a bit this week. Of the only way I can really explain it is, kind of like in Mario Kart, you hit a banana peel on the track and it just spins out, and that's what happened twice, unfortunately. Kind of was embarrassing, but when we found out the problem, I'm not as embarrassed. Especially when you have a problem like that, it's kind of hard to save it. I mean, I had the wheel, all the way to the right. I tried my best to save it, multiple different ways, and there just wasn't really much to do, unfortunately. So, stuff happens. It's racing. It's going to happen here and there. But we're just going to come back stronger for next week, and finish. To finish, 8th in the feature wasn't too bad at all. Considering I think there was 15, 16 cars. So to finish 8th is that kind of problem, because we had to continue out in the feature, just trying to get our points. And we lost a little bit of points on 2nd place, but it's all right. And I think we're 25 out of 3rd at the moment. So there's still a good shot, of trying to get top 3 in points. I hope we can get top 3 in points. It'd be really good to get our rebound, to get at least 3rd in points again, like we did last year. Just trying to keep it around the same territory, same around area and points, at least 3rd or better. If not, we just had an up and down year. So it's just one of those years. God's just putting us through tests and trials, and hoping that we're passing so we can get by those trials, and just continue to move forward, and just have a lot of momentum to build up on. So looking forward to this week though, at Bear Ridge, and we'll see what we can do. But we got 4 races to go. So yeah, this weekend we have off, as your guys are watching. So but yeah, this weekend we're gonna be racing. So yeah, looking forward to it. 4 races in 3 weeks in a row. So we'll see what happens here, and we'll continue on and build the momentum, off the positive side. So we'll see what happens, and looking forward to it. And thank you guys for watching.